In a verse of a book, a scripture called the Qur'an, that I would suggest every human being take a chance to read. If you can't read it all, read a verse, read a chapter of it. I mean, why not? You watch TV, you got 100, and if you got cable, you got 700 something channels, including those adult channels. If you got a computer, you're surfing the web. But then go to Google or Giggle, whatever search engine you got, and just put in the word Qur'an. Qur'an. Yeah, Qur'an. Just put it in there. I dare you. I'm not telling you to put it in there because of religious purposes. Just put the word Qur'an in there and see how many hits that you get down there. See how many. And then just click one and just listen. Listen to the Qur'an. If it's in Arabic, you won't understand it, but just listen to it. And then ask for a translation, and then read it. Well, in one of the chapters of the Qur'an, this is a book of 6,626 verses, 114 chapters, that was revealed to a man called Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, who himself claimed to be a prophet of God, like Jesus, like Moses, like Abraham, like David, like Solomon. He claimed to be a prophet. And we believe, as Muslims, that he was a prophet. We believe that this Qur'an was in fact revealed to him. This is what our belief is. You don't have to believe that, but we do. In this book, among other things that I'm going to tell you about this book, there's a verse that says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. Says, glory be to the one in whose hands, whose power there is all the dominion of the heavens and the earth that you and I cannot even imagine. It's established that there is a power, there is a mind, there is an intelligence, there is an authority, there is a sovereignty behind this, what we call the creation. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And that power and that sovereignty has all absolute power. Not humans, not governments, individuals or collectively, past, present, future, nothing. We're just sophisticated sperm drops. That's all we are. Sophisticated. But that's where we started out. And in the end, dust to dust, ashes to ashes, that's all we'll be. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ. It is that authority, that power, it is that mind, that intelligence that has created the heavens and the earth and everything in it, and created death for the humans before giving them life. Think about that. Death was conferred upon us before we were even given life. It was already there, inescapable. When you came into life, you carried with you the imprint on your DNA. You gotta die. That's a ticket that comes with the package. Life, death. But in this particular verse, we usually as humans say life, death, because we're living looking at death, even though we ignore it. But in this verse, it switches it because the one who has given the life says, death, we give you as a gift life. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. In order to see which one of you will be the best in their behavior and in their conduct or their responses. Now that verse gives us the premise of our discussion. That the purpose of life, this small little like that, that's all it is. We think of it as days, weeks, months, years. We call some of us, what do they call a person who's 100 years old, we call them? A centenarian or something, what's that terminology? Somebody who's 80 years old, we give them different names, but it's just like that. And if you're 60 today, or in my case, 59 in 3 days. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, huh? See, think back. Think back when you were 15 years old, 12 years old, when you were just playing around in the schoolyard at home, doing this and that. You had no problems, and you're thinking about life and all the things you want to do and what you want to be and what you're going to achieve, and your brothers and your sisters and your mother and your father and your house, and no responsibilities, no rent, no bills, no nothing. Think about it. When was it? It was just yesterday. For me, it was just yesterday. Just like that. Where has the time went? What has happened? And now, today, everyone will agree. It seems like the sun rises and sets, and the day is just going like this. You can't even say, what happened? What's today? I said, today is Tuesday. I said, Tuesday, brother, this is Thursday. I said, what happened? It's time. Because time is nothing but a capsule. Time is nothing but a drop of water on the windowsill, and the sun comes, it's gone. That's time. And that's what you and I have been given. We've been given time. And what you're going to do with this here time? No one, no group has come into being on their own. Is anybody here, whatever philosophy that you have, who can say that, well, I came into being on my own? No, you didn't come into being on your own. You didn't decide to come here. You didn't decide to even be here in this life. You were brought into life. You were conceived by your mother. And if some of you think that you were born by some type of immaculate conception, or even you came through some hallway or something, and even test tube babies, even those babies that are born when people are, those mommy families, you know what I'm talking about. The daddy families who are buying the sperm off the internet and, you know, to have their own nuclear family. Still, they come into life not by their own determination. I say to you, that if we think about the heavens and the earth, let's think about it for a moment. Let's go macro, and then we go micro. Let's go macro for a moment. Let's go out. The earth is the third planet among, they said, 9 planets. I think they just discovered another planet. In our solar system, the earth is the third planet from the sun. And how many miles are we from the sun? Is it 93 million miles or something like that? And the earth is the only planet that has the ecosystems to sustain life. It's the only one. Because if we go to the left, Mercury, it's too hot. We go to the right, Mars, it's too cold. The earth has the only ecosystems that support what we call life. And if there is other human beings or other higher forms of life on some other planets, only Steven Spielberg knows about it. Or that station that comes on, what's that program that comes on with that, about the aliens? Just in case you don't know it, this is all fiction. And our solar system has a sun, which is a star. And our solar system is dependent upon the energy of that star. It's called the sun. Yet our sun, with all of its brightness and power, it is one of the smaller stars in the Milky Way. Did you know that? One of the smallest. One of the smaller stars in the Milky Way. And the Milky Way itself has 56 billion stars like our sun. And the Milky Way, as a galaxy, is only one of the smaller galaxies in a nebula. Can you imagine this?